Onana! What's his name? Well, that is his name. West Ham United have had a £20 million bid rejected by Lille for their 20-year-old centre midfielder, Amadou Onana. Anyway, how y'all keeping? Hope you're doing well. Been away for a few days, so I've got a little bit of catching up to do. Caught the sun yesterday. I'm probably looking really pink through the webcam. You can probably feel the heat coming off me, actually. But a little bit of catching up to do, so we'll talk about a couple of transfer rumours, as well as sort of like this transfer strategy, if you like, how I'm feeling in regards to the transfer rumours. Also, you can get this mug. I'll tell you how you can get this mug later on in the video. That's why I'm waving it around, so don't forget to mention it, and I'll place it there somewhere prominent, so hopefully I don't forget to mention it later on in the video. But let's start with Amadou Onana then. So what do we know? We know West Ham United have had a bid rejected from Lille of 20 million. 20-year-old centre midfielder, box-to-box midfielder, very athletic, 6'5" or something, very big physical presence in the middle of the pitch. Joined Lille a year ago. Now, the reports, that's the rumour, that's the original rumour. And then you get rumours about rumours now, don't you? So second phase rumours are that Lille want 50 million for their centre midfielder. Completely understand it. Completely understand it. Doesn't surprise me at all. For various reasons. He's got 4 years to go on his contract for a start. Just 20 years of age. So they're under no pressure to sell Onana. There's no talk that Onana wishes to leave either. Renato Sanchez is on his way out of Lille. So Lille are under some financial pressure to raise a little bit of money this summer. They're doing that by selling Renato Sanchez, another centre midfielder. Another reason why they don't want to lose Onana. Jonathan David is also expected to leave, isn't he? We've been linked to him in the past. A lot of West Ham fans would love to see Jonathan David at the club. So he's expected to go this summer, which should obviously bring in a lot of money as well. So there's all that part. You know, Lille just don't want to sell, and this is the Declan Rice situation a little bit. But then there's another side of it, and that's to do with Monaco. And there's two things to do with Monaco. So first of all, they just sold Tchouaméni to Real Madrid for 100 million, and they're being linked to Onana as the replacement for him. Well, why would they price Onana up cheap when they know the club that's looking to buy him has essentially just sold a centre midfielder for 100 million? So of course they're going to put the asking price up massively. I wouldn't be surprised they're using West Ham as a way of saying to Monaco, hello, you can have him, 50 million though please. And the second reason is because of how much Monaco got for Tchouaméni, 100 million. So Lille know they've just seen a centre midfielder go for 100 million out of that league. Now, while Onana isn't as good as Tchouaméni, and he probably won't be as good, another solid season at Lille, if he has a really good campaign again, his value probably is going to go up to 50 million, and there probably will be people interested in him at that price as well. He's just come off the back of a really solid debut season at the French club, played in every Champions League club, captain of Belgium under-20s as well, so there's a lot of football pedigree about him. His CV looks really good for a 20-year-old. Big reputation, a decent bit of hype around him. Loads of West Ham fans want us to sign him, and this was before we were linked to him as well. It's a name that regularly pops up in the comment section when we do the transfer rumours and stuff. So like I said, I know a little bit about him, not loads. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yes, get Onana to West Ham will be a fantastic asset. I don't know, I haven't seen him. But in regards to sort of the player profile, that I can get behind. For the same reasons Leo want to keep a hold of him, which is his potential is massive. If he has a couple of good seasons, he'll be worth tens and tens of millions. And that's the kind of player I would love to see at West Ham. Somebody that we can bring in, that we can develop, and that if they do leave in 2, 3, 4 seasons time, they're going for big money. We start over again. You know, Moyes has often spoke about the Red Bull model, and I think that's a good model when you're not already sort of in the Champions League. You know, there's no point Man City or Chelsea or Liverpool implementing that model. They're gone. They've overtaken that. They're too far down the line. But for us to get higher up the league table is going to be very, very difficult. Well, you're going to either have to get lucky or you're going to have to be pretty savvy. And I think buying players in before they're really, really good is the strategy to do that. And I think Onana sort of ticks that box a little bit. And he comes to West Ham, performs really well in the Champions League. Then you might have one of the clubs I've just mentioned saying, actually, we want him. Well, you can have him, but he's going to cost you 80, 90 million or whatever. I mean, it could just be that we know he's worth 50 million and we don't want to pay that for him, hence why we bid 20. So there's a 30 million pound discrepancy at the minute. So negotiations, well, actually, that's the third phase. There's already rumours about the rumours about the rumours. We're now on the third phase of rumours here, which is West Ham are still undecided whether to go back in. And I mean, if the asking price really is 50 million and your opening bid's 20, there's a long way to go here. So I can understand why they perhaps wouldn't go back into it. Anyway, enough about that rumour. So now I want to talk about sort of, I guess, other rumours, but the transfer strategy, if you like, of West Ham, or what we do next, who's coming in next. Because, you know something, today's Monday, I've been looking forward to today. Last Monday, Areola. The Monday before that, Aguerd. Where's the signing this Monday? I've started to enjoy my Mondays as a West Ham fan, so I'm a bit disappointed there. We've not signed somebody. So, anyway, Aguerd, good to get that one done early. You know, we were after him for a while. Negotiations took a while. We got it done pretty quick. Happy days. Areola, an easy enough transfer to do, wasn't it? It's as easy as just going to get where you're trying to sign someone permanently, given that he was on loan last season. We had an option to buy him in the contract as well. And I've always felt that the next signing is the crucial one. Who's it going to be? How much is it going to be as well? When's it going to be? Because pre-season's underway now. I mean, they've finished the camp in Scotland. They're now off to France. Our first friendly of pre-season is next Tuesday, so it's only a week till our first game of the summer. The Premier League kicks off in a month's time. We've got 7 games in August. There's a lot of football coming up. So while, yes, the window's still open for 2 months, the Premier League starts in 1 month. I think this next sign is going to be the crucial one. And I think how long it takes to get the next one in, depending who it is as well, I think will have a real big impact on how fans are feeling towards West Ham's transfer window. Anyway, let's discuss that. But before I do, you could just spare me a minute, well, probably 2 by the time I finish talking, to listen to this mug speak about this mug. On the front, you've got West Ham are massive, and on the back, you've got Hammers Chat are relatively small. Unless, of course, you're left-handed. In that case, on the front, you've got Hammers Chat are relatively small, West Ham are massive on the back. Now, we're going to give one of these away to one of you guys for completely free. All you have to do to enter is leave a comment on the video. It could be about Amadou Onana. It could be about how you're feeling on West Ham's transfer window thus far, or the future of West Ham's transfer window. It could simply be something along the lines of, I'd like to win that mug. We'll do a prize draw later on in the week, and one of you guys will win this. But for the next minute or so, let's get brutally honest. We've brought these out to drive new subscriptions to our Patreon servers. It's as simple as that. In order to get this mug for free, you must join up as an addict, not supporters or mild addicts. You have to be an addict, and you must sign up for the year. In doing so, you'll save 10%, and we'll send you one of them for free. Because if it wasn't for patrons, we wouldn't be creating this much content. I try and do 1 video a day on this channel. Gonzo tries his best to do 1 video a day on the forum channel for free. And often people say I don't want to join Patreon because I'm happy with the free stuff. But if it wasn't for Patreon, you wouldn't have the free stuff. You would probably be doing 2 videos a week maybe, or something like that. But also, if you're interested in Patreon, not necessarily the Addicts tier or getting the free mug, like I said, the link's in the description. And I've left a pinned comment, a little bit of a paragraph about what we do. But we had a little look earlier on in the week, and if you do become an addict, we reckon, and you watch every video on YouTube and every video on Patreon, we reckon you'll be paying about 16 pence per video next season. We're doing our best to create really good content over there for really good value. We think we're doing it. Lots of giveaways coming up. Last season we gave away about 50 match tickets for West Ham, including hospitality, loads of signed shirts. Currently we've got a Noble shirt, an Elise shirt, a Bowen shirt, all signed by the players, ready to be given away next season as well. So yeah, you wouldn't mind checking out, please do, because literally we are living a dream. We realise that, but we're doing our best to work hard and make it really good value over there. So yeah, free mug if you join the Addicts for a year. Right, can we talk about the transfer strategy now? Because this is going to be a bit bitty, but hopefully you can stick with me. So when I heard about the Onana stuff, it's a bit disappointing. We got the bid rejected. I thought, oh, okay, hopefully we'll go in again. But then I started to get a bit of encouragement. I thought, well, this means we're in the market for a centre midfielder for around about 20-25 million, right? That's encouraging. I mean, I was trying to ignore the fact that Ward-Prowse was our main target and we were trying to get him for 25 million. I just ignored that. But I started to get a little bit of deja vu for 2 reasons. First of all, back to the January transfer window. It's hard not to. Because in January transfer window, I still believe we bid for players, by the way. I'm not sure which ones, but I believe we bid for Rafinha. And a couple of other players, you know, Luis Diaz, David Moyes has said we bid for him. So I do believe we made bids. I just don't believe that they were realistic, or to be honest with you, I'm not even sure we had any intention of buying those players because the bids were so poor and unrealistic, we were never going to get them. So were we being ridiculously ambitious, or unrealistic, or did we just have no intention of buying the player? It doesn't really matter, but the fact of the matter is, I got a little bit of, oh, this happened in January. Now, for this one, I'm willing to give the club the benefit of the doubt. They might not have known what the asking price was until we made the opening bid of 20 million. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So have that encouragement. Right, we're in the market for centre midfielder. This is good. But the second wave of Deja Vu I got was just back to last week. I did a video saying the same thing in regards to left back. So you haven't seen it summarised. Last week there was one day we had 2 reports on the same day. Fabrizio Romano said West Ham had tried to hijack Man United's pursuit of Tyrell Malacia. Now, obviously, it didn't work. He's going to Old Trafford. I can accept losing out on a player to Man United. That's fine. I get it. It's no surprise, is it? In the same day, The Athletic reported that we were still strongly interested in Owen Wijndal, who was expected to join Ajax and still is. Again, we were missing out on him because he's going to Ajax. Fine, I accept that as well. But I tried to take encouragement from those reports that we were in the market for a left back for 10 to 15 million. I thought, well, this is good. That's a good, healthy budget to go and get a left back. I really want to see us sign a left back. Sounds like we're going after them. Brilliant. We've lost out on 2. Not ideal, but only because they're going to other clubs. It's not because we're making rubbish bids. It's not because the players don't necessarily value West Ham. It's just that they've got better offers. And I think both deals were at the advanced stages as well, if you like. So that's the most frustrating part of it, really, if anything. But again, I took encouragement. I was feeling good about it. So coming into this week, I mean, I've started to get a little bit worried, I will confess. First of all, where's the signing? Last Monday, Areola. The Monday before that, Aguerd. I was close to changing the name of this day. Saturday, Sunday, signing day, Tuesday. No signing. But anyway, I was almost enjoying my Mondays. But like I said, this next one, the third signing for West Ham, just feels like the crunch one for me. We need to get it done pretty quick, and it needs to be a good one. Because while there's still 2 months to go of the transfer window, pre-season started last week. I mean, their first camp's finished. They're done with Scotland. They're in France now. Our first friendly's next Tuesday. A month until the Premier League kicks off. In August, we've got 7 games. That is a lot of football. Now, business doesn't need to be complete by the time we face Manchester City in the stadium. There could still be a bit of work to be done. But there needs to be more additions between now and then. I'm confident there will be. That's a month away. I'm confident we have at least 2 more signings added in. But while it's quantity, we also need to make sure it's the quality. You know, that 2 signings can't be, I don't know, a loan signing for squad depth in centre midfield and something else. It's got to be 2 substantial signings for West Ham, along the lines of Areola and Aguerd. And the reason I'm starting to get a little bit worried, I mean, I'm still calm. Nervous is probably the word. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. It's one, the Danjuma thing. It just doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, what's happened there? I haven't covered it because I've been away, but you know, we were in negotiations with him. So sort of day one, it's like, oh, West Ham are close to signing. West Ham are really cracking on in negotiations with Villarreal to get Arnaut Danjuma in. Right, good. Literally the next day, it's like, oh, Moyes has pulled the plug. Now, I don't have an issue with Moyes pulling the plug. If anything, I think that's a good thing that David Moyes has said, no, I don't want him. Because I think it's important that the manager rubber stamps these deals and he gets the players he wants. Especially someone like David Moyes, because there's been enough evidence, hasn't there, of players that Moyes particularly isn't keen on or doesn't necessarily trust and just doesn't get played. And it makes an alright size squad small. You know, people talk, and I often do as well, say we had a small squad last season. I don't necessarily think we did. I just don't think we utilised all the players in it. So it was made small by the manager not wanting to play certain players. You know, look at the defence with 4 senior centre-backs, with 2 senior left-backs, 3 senior right-backs. That's an adequate numbers for your defence, isn't it? Centre midfield, 4 senior centre midfielders. The manager just didn't like one of them. So numbers-wise, we were okay. Numbers that David Moyes trusts and wants to use, that's where we had a bit of an issue. But the reason I'm starting to get a little bit nervous is, I mean, I've always had this rule of thumb. The people that have watched Hammers Chat for more than a year know what I'm waiting to say here. Whilst our targets are still out there, whilst they haven't joined a club, I'm okay because we can still go get them. But the rumoured targets that we're after, and there's 1 or 2 players we know we were interested in, factually we know we're interested in, they're starting to go to other clubs now. Now that's okay. If David Moyes has said, let's take Keane Lewis-Potter, because I think this is the best example, because we know David Moyes went to scout him personally. So interest was confirmed. Whether David Moyes wanted him or not after that game, I'm unsure. There were some reports that we tried to go get him, but for whatever reason, we haven't pursued it, and he's close to joining Brentford. Now, Malacia and Wijndal joining other clubs because they prefer them over West Ham, fine. But I don't believe, well, they might have done, but I'd struggle to believe we couldn't have beat Brentford to the signing of Lewis Potter. So that's a choice. The other ones, player chooses no to West Ham. This one, West Ham are choosing. Moyes is choosing, I don't want to pursue that player. Let him go to Brentford. We've got other targets. Right. Well, we're bloody better. Because this is where I get a little bit worried. Because in theory, if you have 1 to 5 left wingers, you've got 5 players that we're interested in. And I know they don't always go in order, priority 1 to 5, but let's hypothetically assume they do. It might be for a range of reasons. It's not necessarily always the best player that's number 1. It might be we find he's the best value. But if we then allow 2 of those names to go elsewhere because the guy that we prefer is still there to get, I just think it puts a little bit of pressure on getting the player that you want. I just hope it's not Jesse Lingard, but I just hopefully Moyes goes and gets him. But we're now seeing Lewis Potter go. Obviously, someone's getting fed, at least one person commented saying they're getting fed up on me mentioning Aaron Hickey. I think it's becoming the Jesse Lingard thing for the summer for me. But I'm going to have to mention him because he's joining Brentford. Aaron Hickey's obviously going to Brentford for 14 million, could rise to 22. Really good price, I think. I think it's a fair price. But now we might never have wanted him. It's only just been rumours at this stage that we wanted him. So perhaps he's never been on sort of David Moyes' shortlist. But then it's a case of, well, who is? Because that's a choice. To not go after Aaron Hickey is a choice by West Ham and David Moyes and Rob Newman and say, no, we don't want him. We're not going to go for him. Well, that's fine. That's acceptable, providing there is someone that you are going to go for. That's somebody that you are going to go sign. Because if you don't get that player that you want, well, the backups, there isn't one. He's just joined Brentford for 14. You've just let him join Brentford for 14 million. I just think it increases the pressure a little bit. And then you see reports of Broha to Newcastle on loan. And I just think, I'm not that arsed about that transfer for some reason. When I seen it, I thought, they probably are interested in him on loan. Why wouldn't they be? Half the Premier League. If Armando Broja was available on loan tomorrow, I'd expect 6-7 Premier League clubs to come in for him. But this is why there's 1 or 2 players I think we need to be a little bit urgent with this summer. And I think Broja's one of them. I still believe whoever does get him needs to go get him before he starts playing friendlies for Chelsea, because last summer he smashed it in the friendlies. Broja looked really good for Chelsea in the friendlies last summer, and if he does that again, that's when Tuchel might think, you know what, I'm just going to keep him around here actually because I'm liking what I'm seeing here. So I think you need to go get him now before he starts doing that in the friendlies. Of course, he may play crap in them, but it's unlikely, isn't it? He's probably going to have a good pre-season. So, in regards to my feelings overall, I mean, I was going to talk about Perkins in this video, but I've been going on for a while. I'll leave that, and you know my feelings on it. And Okoflex potentially going out on loan. Fine, we're not going to play him. You might as well loan him out. Can't be registered. Sorry, can't play in the Conference League games unless we register him, so he doesn't qualify because he's not been at the club long enough. So, I get it. Why we'd loan him out, I think it's a good thing. But in regards to how I'm feeling, I'm still very calm. Still very calm because there's a long way to go. But I'm just starting to get a little bit nervous because of the Danjuma thing. That just doesn't make sense. Day 1 we're strongly linked to him. We're going after him. Day 2 Moyes pulls the plug. Well, why did we do the negotiations? I don't understand what went on with Danjuma, and that's just, it concerns me a little bit. That does. Like I said, as regards for the players we were supposedly after going elsewhere, we might not ever have been after them. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get the next signing done soon, because I do think it's crunch time. I think this next one is important to keep that momentum up and to keep the players coming in. You look around the Premier League, there's some clubs doing really good business at the minute, and there's a lot of business getting done. I feel like it's been a busy transfer window so far. Callum Phillips now going to Man City, which means Leeds United are now bringing in 2 or 3 players, going after Tyler Adams. 15 million, by the way. What a signing that would be for 15 million. He's someone I wouldn't mind at West Ham. I just assumed he'd cost more. I told you my valuations of players are rubbish this summer. Also, saying that, my Hickey one was good. That's about it, though. Anyway, a bit of a bitty video. I am aware of that. To conclude, Onana, good profile. My feelings, still calm. For now, could change quickly. But we do need to get, I think, 2 good signings in between now and the Man City game. When I say the Man City game, August. In July, we need to make 2 major signings. There's loads of time in July. So, yeah, I'm excited, actually, to see what we're bringing. Am I confident? No, I'm not confident. A lot of people will sort of, not necessarily twist your words. They might misunderstand what you say when you do these videos. Because a few weeks ago I said something about, oh yeah, I'm hopeful. And they said, oh, how can you be confident? I never said I was confident. I said I was hopeful. So to clarify, a little bit nervous, but still calm. Not confident, but hopeful. We've had a good start. Let's keep going. Hopefully it can be Broha. Disappointing it's not going to be Ivan Hickey. I think that might be one player we regret not going for. But at least if he does join Brentford, there are a couple of subscribers that don't like me mention him anymore, don't have to hear me mention him until we play Brentford in the Premier League. I'll catch you in a bit. Oh, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're around here. I'll catch you in a bit. Just quickly, this is the worst ending I've ever done on a video, but just quickly, Patreon, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/HammersChat. If you want to support the channel, if you want more Hammers Chat videos, links in the description. Check out the pinned comments. I've left a little paragraph to briefly explain it, and get involved. One of you guys are winning this mug. Now I'll catch you in a bit.